Hello everyone, Vito Z32 back again with another update. I know it's getting a little bit late and I already had a few videos today, but I like showing off my new glasses. No, just kidding. I do have some updates regarding cardlauncher.com. For those of you who don't know, cardlauncher.com is a new website that is going to be starting up real soon. It's going to be a crowdfunding platform, a crowdfunding website, an alternative to Kickstarter. It's going to be different. They're going to have a guarantee where they will guarantee delivery of playing cards and uncut sheets. How it works is when somebody wants to create a project on Card Launcher, they have to submit it for approval. And when they do that, they have to submit quotes on how much this is going to cost for the playing card production and how much it's going to cost for fulfillment and shipping. And then once the project is successfully funded, they will have to submit new quotes on how much production is going to cost and how much fulfillment is going to cost, because as you can guess, a lot of times during a campaign, new decks will be added on. They will add on embossing and foil and metallic inks and better stocks and finishes and all sorts of upgrades. And of course, if you have a lot more backers than you anticipated, that's going to cost more money for fulfillment. So once a project is successfully funded, you have to submit new quotes. Card Launcher will then take the money that you say is going to be required for the production of the cards and the fulfillment, and they will hold it. And then they will give you the rest of the money that is going to be required, that you make, that you can use to produce t-shirts and poker chips and dice and coins and stickers and anything else you might have in the campaign. They have no guarantees on that. All they're going to guarantee is the cards and fulfillment. And so I think that's pretty awesome. Now, I've heard somebody throwing out that they're guaranteeing delivery within 30 days. That's a load of baloney. I don't believe that's true. I haven't seen anything about that. It hasn't been confirmed to me, and it's not possible. Now, to make this all possible, Card Launcher has partnered up with like everyone. They've partnered up with the United States Playing Card Company. They've partnered up with the Expert Playing Card Company, and they've partnered up with MakePlayingCards.com, which is three of the biggest custom playing card companies around. Legends Playing Card Company, that's pretty much the same as Expert Card Company, same factory, so they didn't go for that one. They also partnered up with a few different fulfillment agencies, and I do know of at least one project coming up, and I think probably all projects coming up. People in Canada will have their stuff delivered to them from Canada, which means you're not going to have to pay the same shipping to Japan for a change, which is awesome. Also, Card Launcher will be charging less fees than elsewhere, which means that theoretically decks should not cost any more than $8 to $10 each, and then of course shipping added on, which is awesome because right now decks are just going up and up and up on Kickstarter. And the way the guarantee works is if a creator, designer, whatever you want to call them, decides to not fulfill the decks, decides he doesn't want to go through with it, or he can't, if he can't, is unwilling, unable to produce the decks or deliver the decks, then Card Launcher will step in, go to the manufacturer, have the decks produced, and have them fulfilled through fulfillment agencies, which is a win-win in my opinion, because there's been lots of decks on Kickstarter that I'm still waiting for personally. A lot of people are still waiting for. Lots of decks that took the money, the people took the money and they ran, or they had the decks produced and for some reason didn't ship them or gave up on shipping, and that's just not going to happen with this. And another thing I should mention is that they're also partnered up with a bunch of different payment services, PayPal, WePay, and also they're working on Amazon that will be up and running in the very near future, which is great. You got lots of options for paying. You don't pay unless the project is successfully funded, and if the designer does not submit the artwork to Card Launcher within 15 days of the project ending, it's canceled. You get your money back. That means you don't have to wait a year for the designer to finish the artwork. Either they finish it or you get your money back. No more BS. And I know there's a lot of criticism, a lot of skepticism with what's going on with Card Launcher and everything, and who knows if it's really going to work or not, if it's going to get a lot of support. But my opinion is it's being created and run by someone who is a fellow collector and fellow card lover who is sick and tired of all the bull crap on Kickstarter and other crowdfunding platforms, and so he's trying to do something that will be better and will prevent people from getting screwed and whatnot. Now, it was supposed to launch on August the 1st, which is Friday, but it's been delayed. Mike said they had a meeting today and they pushed back the opening day a full 2 weeks to Friday the August 15th. And it launches at 12:01 a.m. Eastern Time. And they're giving every 25th backer that registers a free rare sorry, my apologies, a free rare deck. I sound like Johnny Samoa. You suck all the dick. Anyways, I apologize. Every 25th backer will get a free rare deck printed specifically for Card Launcher's opening, and the first 30 winners, there's going to be 30 winners, will get both decks. There's a second deck as well, and I believe one of them is the Scarlet Pearl deck that I will have a review on very soon by Red Slag Magician. Everything will be shipped in mid-September via priority mail for those prizes and decks and giveaways. They also have figured out a way for people to ensure that people that want these special decks that don't win them will have a chance to get them as well. They're also giving away 2 Anything Is Possible bottles by Jamie Grant. One is a Scarlet Pearl bottle to an existing beta tester that has worked with them since the beginning, which is a nice thing to do. And the other will be a mystery number 17 deck that they're teasing, and we're giving away to one of those first 30 lucky winners. And the draw will be done on Saturday, August the 30th, around noon that day. And it will be announced on both Card Launcher and Facebook at that time. In order to qualify for the free decks, all you need to do is register and back a project during the first 24 hours they're open. In other words, by midnight on Friday the 15th, August the 15th. Right now, if you go to the website, you'll be taken into a opt-in email address notification system, and then you'll get the invite on that day by signing up. Opening day projects that they're going to have on cardlauncher.com. And this is why I wanted to do this video. I apologize for rambling on for a while, but I want to explain a little bit about Card Launcher although I did do a video before, but I figured I'd explain it a little bit better, hopefully. The projects that will be launching on opening day include the Dark Venexiana by Lautrec. He says decks, so there might be more than one. He's already had the Bicycle Venexiana, and he had the Gold Venexiana, and now it's the Dark Venexiana, which should be good. Also, apparently, the second edition of the Brimstone deck that was supposed to be done by Circle City Cards. Apparently, Gambler's Warehouse has somehow gotten the artwork and is doing it themselves. Also, I'm happy to say, a Canadiana by my buddy Phil Da Costa will be launching, and 2 other new decks from new and small artists. One of the main focuses is going to be to highlight new artists. And they're going to be starting in September, presenting a group of new artists every month and letting the backers vote on what they want to fund first. So that's a pretty good idea. Here's a bunch of decks. Tell us which one you like and we'll get it funded. Works for me. Instead of Kickstarter, where you get a dozen new decks every 2 weeks and most of them are crap and they don't get funded, and then the creators relaunch it a million times and it doesn't work. They say they will be that they're all about letting those who are putting their money behind their projects decide even more, and that every month they're going to be doing that. They'll be presenting 4 to 8 new decks by new artists and letting the funding backers decide which of these they want to fund on the next monthly cycle. And then this is the thing I was mentioning for the Canadiana deck by Phil Da Costa. It will be the first ever dual fulfillment project where both US and Canadian backers will have local delivery from their country and no foreign delivery for Canadians, which is good, and hopefully they'll be doing that on more projects. So that's what's going on with cardlauncher.com. It looks like it's a good service. It looks like it's going to be good. I was anticipating a lot more of the bigger deck starter creators to be on there, but it doesn't seem like that's the case, at least not right off the bat. But wouldn't surprise me if some of the others eventually get on there. And what else is there to tell you about? I told you about fulfillment, shipping. I should mention the shipping. I was going to mention that, and the cart. How Card Launcher is going to work that's going to be different to Kickstarter is no more of these ridiculous, complicated add-ons that they have to explain in every new campaign. Everything is going to be done via a shopping cart type system. So it's like most other shops. You go there, you go, okay, I want this deck, I want those stickers, I want a coin, boom, 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 put it into your cart. They don't configure and figure out, you don't figure out what the shipping should be by weight, and then that's it. And then when it's funded, you pay. It's a lot better than the Kickstarter system where you have to pledge for a certain tier, and then you have to figure out how much it's going to cost for all these items and all the shipping. And I've had many times where I go back and I look at that and it's like, how did I get this total? I don't have enough. I'm short a couple bucks, or I have a couple bucks extra. It's just confusing, it's complicated, and it's ridiculous. And shipping, again, a lot of times what happens with Kickstarter is people who are international, they get charged for shipping twice because they add on shipping costs into the price of the deck to cover the cost of American shipping, so that Americans get free shipping, sort of, not really, because they're paid for it in the price of the decks anyway. And then they charge people in Canada and around the world additional shipping, Sometimes Canada gets cheaper shipping than the rest of the world, but most of the time it's the same thing, whether it's to Canada or China or UK or wherever, and you have to add on, $10 shipping, and then for add-ons you add on a couple more bucks for this, a couple more bucks for that. Not with this one. With Card Launcher, you pay shipping depending where you live and by weight. So in the US, there's going to be a certain amount of shipping they'll have to pay. If you're in Canada, there's a different one. And then if you're outside North America, there's a different shipping scale, of course. And actually, I should say it's Canada and Mexico pay the same rates. And it's all by weight, so I think that's great. I know there's one that's notorious. It's Gambler's Warehouse. They usually charge like $9 shipping per deck of cards, and that's just BS in my opinion. I can't wait to see what they're going to do for shipping with Card Launcher. Anyways, I apologize for ranting on forever and ever. Hopefully I haven't forgotten anything. I think it's good. I guarantee that the artwork will have to be done within 15 days of the project ending, and it will have to be submitted to Card Launcher, or else the project is canceled. No more, and this has happened many times and it's still happening, no more waiting 6 months or a year for the artwork to be completed. No more of this BS where, oh, I have all this stuff going on in my life. I got people dying, I had appendicitis, somebody committed suicide or whatever. None of this bullcrap excuses. It either gets done or the project is done. And and no offense to anyone or anything like that, but I just hearing so many excuses from so many people on Kickstarter that I'm dragging on and on and on with the projects, and I'm sick and tired of it. And of course, no more of that crap where somebody gets the money and then they disappear and the decks don't get made. Or where they get the money, they produce the decks and then for some reason they stop shipping them out. They get sick and tired of it. It's happened with the Vortex, it's happened with the Bicycle Core, it's happened with the Ultraviolet and other projects. And of course, hopefully there won't be any issues with trademarks. Hopefully that won't be any issues with anything. And of course, shipping will be improved, and of course there's also I don't know. I can't recall what I was going to say. But anyways, that is that. I will see you next time. We got for Card Launcher coming August 15th, barring any unforeseen delays. And that's that. I think what I was going to mention is that it's great that they're partnered up with the major card companies, with fulfillment agencies, and with various payment processing companies, so that you can check out with whoever you want. You can get your cards produced with any one of these companies, and it should be good, fast and efficient, hopefully, and I'm excited to see what it brings. We'll see what happens. I'll see you next time.